Hey guys, Barrett here at Sound Pure with another comparison. Today we're going to do two square-shouldered dreadnoughts, one from a very traditional maker, Martin, you may have heard of him, and then one that's, I guess square-shoulder might be a generous use of the phrase, much more curvaceous dreadnought going on from Goodall. This is a traditional model from them, but as you can already see, it's got some nods to the classics, but then in terms of the curvature and everything else you're seeing, very much its own thing. So I've been doing some other comparison videos between Goodall and Martin in particular to try and draw out the differences between traditional guitar design and more modern forward-leaning guitar design. And this is a great comparison, and kind of from two opposite ends of the spectrum just about, doing a very, very similar instrument. You know, both of these guitars, this originally and this years later, are intended to be big, powerful, commanding acoustic instruments, and that's what we've got here. So with the Goodall, it's an Adirondack spruce top, AAA grade East Indian Rosewood back and sides. This is going to be one where James Goodall has scalloped the bracing more than he normally would to bring out some of the bassiness you would expect from a classic dreadnought, but still very much a very unique voice and sound. It's got incredible power and presence in the way that a Martin does, but to my ear it's a bit more spread out over the spectrum. It's very balanced in its own certain way. Not quite as bass forward as the Martin, but still very forward overall. It's going to have a much more lush response, much more three-dimensional. There's a lot of kind of sparkle. Tends to give off more of a kind of a dramatic bloom effect where you're striking the guitar and it's just the response seems to go bigger and bigger even after you've hit the chord. And that nice natural reverb, and again, overtones for days with this one. So we'll take a listen to that and see what we think. And then in the traditional camp, this is our modern camp, we've got a 1969 D35. So this is going to have a Sitka spruce top, and then this is one of the last guitars in 1969 where they used Brazilian rosewood for the back and sides. So three-piece back and sides are going to be Brazilian rosewood. A much more, a darker, more aggressive sound. Something that almost sounds kind of mean. That's a word that I've heard used to describe Martins, and I think it's pretty apt. Just very aggressive and kind of in your face. But true to Brazilian rosewood, you know, you're going to hear those wonderful cavernous lows and singing highs, and that's what we've got going on here. But definitely a bass-heavy instrument for sure, as it was intended at the time. So without further ado, let's get into a comparison here and see what we think. We've got the Goodall TRD, or traditional rosewood dreadnought, and then the Martin D35 from 1969 with Brazilian rosewood. Alrighty, so there you have it. I think this is a great comparison. You know, two, in certain ways, very similar instruments, and in other ways, couldn't be more different in their thinking about in terms of the makers and what they're after with the responses on these. So if you have any questions about either of these, about the nature of the comparison that we did today, about the nature of comparing guitar voicing in terms of traditional versus modern, give us a call and let's go in depth. Between myself, the other experts here, and our luthier, we'll be able to track down all the information that we need to get you informed on your next purchase. Or if you just want to kind of learn more, we love to talk about and learn ourselves. So give us a call and let's have a conversation about the history of this model and where it's been, where it's come in the meantime. These guitars are both fully eligible for try before you buy. We can send one or both to you on a 5-day demo. If you're torn between both and you think it's going to be one or the other, but you just need to A/B them both, we have ways of getting 2 guitars out to you on a demo, so you can make sure that the one that you keep is going to be the right one. You've had a chance to do that kind of comparison. If you have any used pieces that you want to trade for something new, or if you have something used that you just want to turn to some cash on the side, we can help out either way through our trade-in and consignment program. And then last but not least, if you just want to have the pair, you got to have both new and old. We've got some financing that can make these kind of moves to get really world-class instruments in your hands and to allow you to have that time that you need, whether it be a year or longer, to make it happen. So to talk about all that and more, give us a call here at Sound Pure. Once again, this is Barrett. Have a great day.